Hi, it's Dave Robinson with PlantCoverCrops.com on February 26, 2012. We want to look at the difference between turnips and radishes. And again, it's February 26th, and right now we still have turnips that are still alive and green out here in my garden test plot. And one thing I saw as I was digging was I immediately saw an earthworm that was coming out of my pile here. I hope that out of my soil. I hope that I can still find that earthworm. It's interesting, here is a small radish that you can see wasn't a very big radish at all. Still has some life or body to it, but look at the tuber depth here. Somewhere around it's 9 inches at my hand's width, so we're looking somewhere around 12 inches deep with a tiny little radish, and that's how deep it is right now as I'm digging. By the way, right around our brassicas we typically do find earthworms, and even though our soil is cold, it's much warmer than normal, so we have an earthworm here right about 4 to 5 inches deep. Here's another one that was there. It's very normal to see earthworms around the brassicas, whether it be radishes or whether it be the turnips. So now let's look at this turnip. This is an Appin turnip, A-P-P-I-N. It's a variety that I'm very familiar with and very comfortable with promoting, in the fact that, and you know this site doesn't really promote, but I really like the idea of these Appin turnips, and the reason is because most of the bulb is in the soil, has an awful lot of fine roots coming off of this turnip. It's also a turnip that will have more nitrogen in the leaves. We've done that research out at the University of Nebraska and found significantly more nitrogen in the leaf versus purple tops and other types of turnips. But look at all the fine roots here coming off of this turnip. It's not a very deep tap root, more like probably 6 or 7 inches deep, but the point is that we have a whole lot of fine roots coming off of here. The bulb is very firm, whereas the radish tuber was dead for all intents and purposes, although that's got a little life to it, but it's I think more frozen than it is anything else. We'll look at some others in a moment, but look, all the fine roots, and that whole bulb is in the soil. This will definitely survive the winter, I think, regardless of what comes after us now. But the difference between the radishes and turnips, not quite as deep a tap root, more fine roots, or at least visible fine roots coming off these turnips. And again, the turnip will almost always survive the winter unless it's being grazed in most of the Midwest, and Eastern Corn Belt. Again, Dave Robinson, PlantCoverCrops.com, looking at some of the differences between radishes and turnips.